going, everybody? So we're back talking some more Ahsoka on the channel, episode 3 just dropping on Disney+. Not gonna lie, I quite am enjoying this new time slot for the show, being at 9 p.m. as opposed to it being at 3 a.m. where I am currently. So sorry to international fans, but so far, those first 2 episodes that we had last week, I thought was a pretty solid setup for the series going forward. Seeing as we are building up to things with Ahsoka and Sabine going after Morgan Elsbeth and company, while they're going off to recover Grand Admiral Thrawn from exile. To me, at least, episode 3, I think, continues to build up to some really exciting stuff. I mean, for the large portion of this episode, even though it is a shorter episode, which does kind of bother me about a lot of these Disney Plus series in general, mostly it was a really epic, awesome space battle. Now that Sabine and Ahsoka are back together, I love that Sabine is continuing on with her Jedi training with the help of Ahsoka, but also Huyang as well. I do kind of feel bad though, because Huyang, as fun as he is as a character, he just roasts her non-stop. I mean, he literally says that she's basically the worst Jedi that he's ever trained. You gotta think how many Jedis he's trained over how many years now, and she's the worst one. Plus now, after so many years, we've seen Ahsoka being the one being trained to Padawan. We're now seeing her take on that mentorship teacher role, and she's a pretty tough teacher. I mean, we kind of expected that just based on how she was brought up being taught by Anakin. Something I do appreciate about the way that Ahsoka is teaching Sabine is she isn't necessarily teaching her to become a Jedi necessarily, since Ahsoka herself never really got the full Jedi experience because she did leave before her training could be completed. Something I am a bit more torn on when it comes to Sabine training to become a Jedi is she doesn't really ever come across as being a Force-sensitive character, and it feels like we are kind of trying to make her Force-sensitive now. Swearing she's not able to use the Force, but it seems like with the way that Ahsoka is discussing these elements of Sabine, you can kind of be taught to use the Force in a way if you open your mind enough, which, I don't know. I guess after all the years I've become a Star Wars fan, it just feels like we are kind of dampering down the, I guess, specialness of being a Jedi, so pretty much anybody, if they train, can use the Force. That isn't to say that I'm going to be upset when Sabine eventually starts using the Force, because I'm pretty sure that's the direction they're taking the character, but I don't know. That's something I'm kind of torn about right now. Due to the fact that this expedition only has Ahsoka, Sabine, and Huyang, I wasn't sure if we were going to see Hera anytime soon, but she is an integral part to the episode because she is discussing everything with the New Republic. Mon Mothma is there making another appearance. It's kind of fun seeing Mon Mothma pop up in pretty much all of these Star Wars shows in some shape or form. It's just frustrating because Hera is trying to hammer home to them that Grand Admiral Thrawn possibly is still out there, so she's trying to gain some form of aid so they can stop Grand Admiral Thrawn from returning, and they immediately shut her down. We've been seeing in all of these Disney Plus shows like this and The Mandalorian the rise of the First Order, and you can see why they rose, because a lot of these characters are kind of idiots. For me, the best part about this entire segment, other than the fact that Hera just reads all of these people in the New Republic to filth, is something that I think only if you're a big fan of Star Wars Rebels you're going to appreciate, and that is seeing the child of Kanan and Hera, Jacen Syndulla, his first ever live-action appearance. It's funny how the genetics work in Star Wars, because of course Kanan is a human, and Hera is Twi'lek, and he basically just looks like a human, although he does have green hair, and he has aspirations to be a Jedi, and that almost shattered my heart because it just reminded me of the death of Kanan Jarrus. But where the fun truly begins in the episode is when Ahsoka and Sabine make it to where the Eye of Sion is located, and you have this awesome space battle where Merrick and Shin Hati and some other fighters battle it out in the sky. I am a sucker for space battles in Star Wars. Lightsaber battles still are my favorite, but I love me a good space battle. And this battle is nuts. It goes on for a long, extended portion of the episode with a lot of different intense sequences. You have Sabine taking out all of the ships. Conveniently, none of the ships that were taken out have any of the important villain characters like Shin Hati or Merrick. Still, this space battle was awesome. Then it got even more insane because Sabine has to fix the ship, and while she's fixing the ship, you have Ahsoka going out into space with her lightsabers to take out ships. Just pure insanity. Then on top of that, you get to see the Purgles in live action, the space whales. We saw a glimpse of them in The Mandalorian too, but now they're in their full-on glory here. Just great stuff if you're a big fan of Star Wars Rebels, which makes me kind of feel bad because I feel like this show is catering definitely much more to those people. There are certain moments in the episode, whether it be the Purgles or Jason Syndulla, that you're not going to really be as hyped for the significance of unless you watch the show. Next week, though, it seems like it's going to be a pretty intense episode. We get our first glimpse of Balin's skull in the entire episode, and he's sending out all of the people into the forest where Ahsoka and Sabine are located to hunt them down. That's going to be a lot of fun. I feel like it's going to be a pretty lightsaber-filled, action-packed episode. We'll have to wait and see. But overall, even though this episode was short, I left pretty much satisfied. But now for my thoughts on episode 3 of Ahsoka. Make sure you share your thoughts down below. What'd you think of episode 3? Did you like the episode? Did you not like the episode? Share all your thoughts down below. And also, if you have any predictions on where you think we're going to go with the story next week, share those as well, because it's always fun having those conversations with you guys in the comment section down below. Thank you guys also, as always, check out the videos. I always do appreciate it. Make sure you like on the video and also subscribe to the channel to update reviews, reactions, unboxing, and more. Next time, I'll see you guys later.